Good morning, good morning, good
Good
morning.
morning. Well, good afternoon.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
I know, right? So, how is everybody doing? Welcome to Coffee Chats Unfiltered. And we have got some good discussion today. I'm so excited. Let us introduce ourselves first. I'm Cynthia Merritt, and we love coming around here for some chat that's uh brewed and experience and just some lifelong lessons that we can share with you that we have gone through
Mhm.
and to try to help you, keep you from making some of the mistakes that we made and give you some tips to do the things that have been really successful at. So I'm Cynthia Merritt, and my co-host is.
Hello, hello, hello. I am Valerie Davis, and I am glad to be here today. And guess what? I'm in the business of helping people. That's why I'm here. When I needed help, guess what? People stood up, picked up, and came around to help me. So I'm here to help with everything that I've learned, things that I am still learning and sharing, because they say sharing is caring. So we are here with coffee chats. Look at this. Cynthia forgot to hold up her coffee cup.
We're ready now.
Oh
Coffee
my
chat.
goodness. From Snoopy, not Snoopy, Charlie Brown.
And yes, Snoopy's on there. Snoopy's on the other side. Well,
Oh
Snoopy.
my goodness. I love it.
No.
Oh my goodness. My favorite character is Linus. I just love Linus.
Really? Now he's the
Yes,
one who had the blanket,
the
right?
blanket. Yes.
I
He was always tired, but he every now
know.
and then he
He
will
was
have a
always dirty too.
yes.
I know.
Look, and every now and then he have a Rima word child. Y'all but not sleep on Linus.
No, I know. No. And
But
Lucy,
welcome.
Charlie Brown, so bad, so
I
bad.
know it. Oh, mm.
Oh.
I look forward to the Christmas holiday so I can sit down and watch all the Charlie Brown episodes. I love it. Oh my God. I'm starting now. It's November. I'm starting my Christmas movies, Christmas everything. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
Girl, I started the Christmas movies in October, so I'm into those right now.
Okay.
Yes, yes, I
Same
love.
here.
Today, y'all, speaking of Christmas, we're talking about Thanksgiving. We're talking about hosting Thanksgiving dinner in 2025. And the reason this is so timely right now is because, first of all, with SNAP benefits being cut,
Hmm.
and just a lot of people being laid off from their jobs. Right now, being nimble and getting our money to stretch as far as it can is
Hmm.
what we're looking at doing. And we want to be able to do that, though, still having a great Thanksgiving dinner
Hmm.
and celebration. So, we're going to talk about some ways that we can really, really maximize on the experience of our Thanksgiving dinner. And most of us who do host enjoy being the hostess with the mostest. Y'all, I have hosted Thanksgiving dinner for decades. I can't even remember how long it's been
Hmm.
since I've started that. But there's just now it's just a perfect way for us to look at how we can put a strategy together as
Hmm.
far as making our money stretch and making the celebration just the best that it can be.
Right.
So here we want to make sure that we can bond during that experience. We can share love. This is really important right now, y'all. We
Yes.
all need some love right now and support. So
Mhm.
we our family gatherings right now, we can take advantage of them and make them as informative as they can be. Because we start talking about conversations, have conversations during our family gatherings,
Mhm.
and they can really be informative. We can share tips and tricks that we're doing that can help people stretch their money. We can share resources. If people need resources, we can share on, where
Mhm.
to go, food pantries, things like that. So we can do all of that during our family gatherings.
Mhm.
And these are some good, uh, no fuss ways that we can put a blueprint together and pull it off. So, Thanksgiving, we want it to feel warm, we want it to be organized, strategic, and actually enjoyable so
Mhm.
that you, the host, as well as the guests, can all have a wonderful time, wonderful experience, even though we're going through some challenging times right now.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, the first thing we need to do, you guys, when we're planning our Thanksgiving dinner is decide the shape of the day. So, what you want to do is get your guest list together.
Mhm.
You want to have your count, on recorded or on paper or whatever you want, so you can make your food list, your grocery list, and you want to prepare for ample food for that guest count that you have. And I always like to have extra food because I like to be able, I have those take home trays,
Yeah. Mhm.
and I like to be able to have enough food for if anyone wants to, and a lot of people
Mhm.
usually do, they can take home a to go plate.
Mhm.
And so that's always good to have enough for that if you want that. And then also, you want to make sure to have your constraints figured in there too. If you have anyone with disabilities, so you can have it things there that they might need, little extra things that they might need. Also, if you have kids there, if you have children, if they need anything extra at their table,
Mhm.
usually there's a kids table or whatever. If you
Mhm.
have elders there, they may need some TV trays or something,
Right.
to get them closer to their seat or whatever.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then if you have any stairs, people may need access to going up and down if they have to go to the restroom.
Mhm.
So figure all that kind of stuff in, and you want to have the people available to be able to assist you because you're not going to be able to do everything
We do
being the
everything.
host. You got to
Mhm.
have people lined up to help, honey.
That's right. That's right.
If you have any pets, and a lot of people now consider their pets their children. So people do bring their pets sometimes to the family gatherings for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And so if you have that, you want to make sure to have some food dishes for the pets, and be able to sit those outside or wherever you're going to be feeding the pets, and have that dog food there. And also know if people have food allergies that are on your guest list, y'all,
Mhm.
because if they do, then you need to know when you're preparing that food, and everybody else who's preparing food and bringing it, if you're doing a potluck, that you don't need to have those, because a lot of people have nut allergies, and
Yes.
a lot of Thanksgiving food has nuts in it. So
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
need to know that if you have guests on the list who have that allergy.
And Cynthia, not only just the allergy, sometimes people just don't like certain ingredients.
That's
Yeah.
true, Val. That
So
is so true. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
yeah, that
Yes,
eliminates what's in here. Who made it? What did you put in here? So that eliminate all that. So
exactly.
yeah,
Very good point.
that's something
Very.
good to know.
Absolutely. And
Mhm.
then we want to talk about the start time and the meal time. So, know when you're starting. And I always like being timely. I really do. I like to be timely. If I say we're starting at 1 or 2 o'clock, then I don't want people showing up at 4 and 5 o'clock thinking they're getting ready to get started with the celebration. So 1 or 2 o'clock, like this is just an example. Start time and meal time. When do the doors actually open for the event?
Mhm.
So if it's 1 to 2, that's when your start time is. And
Mhm.
then you have dinner from 4 to 5.
Mhm.
Maybe 1 to 2 is when start time is. People are just having conversation. Maybe you're serving beverages and hors d'oeuvres, things like that, and then just talking, people mingling because they haven't seen each other in a year, and that's good to go. And then dinner will be served from 4 to 5. And and then Val, you've had hosted Thanksgiving dinner before, correct?
I'm sorry. Could you please say that again? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
You've hosted Thanksgiving dinner before, correct?
I have. I hosted, well, let me tell you guys. Here again, I'm the youngest of seven. So I've only hosted Thanksgiving dinner once in my entire life, but
Okay.
I have assist a great deal with my siblings as well as with my aunts. So
Okay.
we used to eat very late, like
Okay.
around 6 or 7, because we had so many family members. And at that time, they were trying to go to 2 and 3 different places. So
Mm,
to be accommodating for everyone, we would start later.
okay.
Lately, for the past 4 or 5 years now, we've been having dinner at 3 o'clock. So, so what happens is, we have, I wouldn't say like a cocktail hour, but maybe I would call it that. So when people start to come, we want to get them there early so we can start on time. And
Yeah.
I'm like you, Cynthia. If we're saying we're going to eat at 3 o'clock, I want yourself already in a seat around a table somewhere so that we can do that. So you're not disturbing the servers, or you're not disturbing them once they start eating. Everyone has already sat down to eat. So I'm kind of like you. I want to have a little bit more organization.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
And that's
it
interesting
helps.
at 3 o'clock. Absolutely, because mine
Hmm.
has always been three. Mine has
Hmm.
always been three since I've started serving. I don't know why. That just seems like a good time. And then if people want to, come here, and then if they want to go other places after that,
Hmm.
they still have time to do that
Yeah.
as well.
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
And we'll do that, gives you time to, we sometimes after we eat, we'll try to go do something as a family, maybe a movie, go shopping, try to do something
Yes.
together, you
Yes,
know?
and and Thanksgiving is usually the start of Black Friday.
Mhm.
So a lot of times, many people would leave and go and start their Black Friday shopping because the stores would open after
Mhm.
Thanksgiving dinner or whatever. I don't even know if they do that anymore, but I always like showing a movie on like Netflix or something that everybody hasn't
Mhm.
seen that
Mhm.
everybody's wanted to see or something like that. And then I have two areas that I entertain in one
Mhm.
area. And then like the younger people are usually out in the other area, out on
Mhm.
the lanai area. And there's a TV
Mhm.
out there for them to watch and stuff. So
Okay.
you, yeah, that works. So two things going on in one time. But then, it's early enough to where if people want to just take another plate and go because they have somebody else's house, they can
Yeah.
do that too. But 3 o'clock
Mhm.
works.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's it.
Well, I'll tell you, we're kind of, we're, oh, how I wish we was a lounging family, but girl, we so we are a karaoke musical family.
Okay, okay.
We do karaoke, we do games. We love, oh my goodness, Cynthia, we love to imitate our parents or
Okay.
family members that have passed on and gone away, and then we'll put on a little skit or whatever. You have to figure out who this person is. So we're like busy, 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 busy the whole time, but it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And I'm in charge of the kids. So it's just fun. We're up and up and up, and but this
Oh,
year I want to lounge one. I want to relax. I
okay,
don't want to
okay,
do too much.
okay. And that's what I was just getting ready to say. Set your vibe. Is it going to
Hmm.
be a cozy lounge and games
Hmm.
or dressy sit down? So, and now you've answered the question. To yours usually is a games,
Yes.
fun, but now this year you want a cozy lounge vibe.
Yes. I want to just sit down and relax, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like I said, I always have the kids, so I'm gonna teach them to sit down and relax this year.
Okay, okay. Let's practice sitting down and relaxing.
We're gonna practice it. Let's do this now. So now I think about the menu.
Mhm.
Okay. The menu framework, you know, build it once, then you can scale from it if you need to. So like I said, we have a huge family.
Mhm.
So how many people normally come to your Thanksgiving, Cynthia?
Probably less than, I'm gonna say about 15, less than 15. Yours is
We're
huge.
talking between 30 to maybe 50 something people. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is
Yes.
huge, Val.
Yes, that is huge. That's huge. And if everybody shows up on time at one time, we kind of like it when well, sometimes when it is staggered, it makes it easier.
Yeah, that's a
It
lot of
is
people.
easier. Yeah. So we start with, you have to start with your centerpiece. May it be turkey or roasted chicken or prime rib, and then plus a veggie that you want to showcase, maybe stuffed squash or whatever that may be. But we have two centerpieces for
Okay,
the reason of a lot of my family members don't like turkey,
okay,
but we
okay.
will have a deep fried turkey. We will have that because the turkey is traditional, so we want to still keep with tradition. And then we will have ham. So that will be our centerpiece. Have
Okay.
ham. Okay. Of course, we're gonna have starches, typically two starches, mashed potatoes, cornbread dressing, mac and cheese, etc. However, when you have an enormous amount of people like what we have,
Mhm.
mostly every adult over 40 is bringing a dish.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
they'll let us know ahead of time what they're bringing so that way we'll have enough. So there
Right.
may be um, two different, two to three different mashed potatoes,
Hmm.
two different cornbread dressings. So it may be like that. And then when it comes to greens, we have collard greens. Someone will make collard greens. We'll have someone that will make, I'm so sorry, y'all. Have someone that makes
Mustards and
mustard
turn.
greens,
Okay.
so you want to make sure you kind of keep traditional with what you have, your starches, your greens, your favorite greens, and even salad.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you about the salad.
Mm.
Now I'm good with the salad. I chop up everything so small and so pretty, and they're all in little sections, all in
Oh.
little sections. And then right before we get ready to eat, I take one of those huge forks and I just rake it over. So now just mix it up, and it looks so pretty.
Oh,
I
I
have
bet.
my my green onions. I have my peppers, either the green, the yellow, the orange. I have the lettuce. I have spinach, and you gotta have. Oh God, a good salad is most definitely key.
Yes.
You gotta
Yes.
have that.
Okay.
Um, Orange note. You think about orange note. What are you thinking of?
Mm-hmm.
Roasted sweet potatoes, or carrots, ginger mash.
Mm-hmm.
I love sweet potato souffle.
Mm-hmm. Me too. With
I love
pecans
sweet potato
on
souffle.
top.
Oh my God, yes. Oh, you're making me hungry.
I make a great one. Yes, I love
You
it.
you might
Yeah.
need to make me some sweet potato souffle.
Mhm.
Baked sweet potatoes, we still do those. Cranberry, you can have the whole berry sauce or the jellied or crushed cranberry sauce. Gotta have the cranberry sauce with your dressing. Gotta have that. Gotta have the what is it called? The giblet gravy.
Yes. Yes.
Gotta have that. My
Mhm.
two older sisters make it every year. And
Okay.
it's exactly like my mom.
Oh,
Your bread. Are you gonna have one bread, rolls, croissant, or
right.
cornbread? Now, with us, we do we're country, baby. We do the regular cornbread and then we do the fried cornbread.
Oh, gee, the hot water
The
cornbread?
hot water cornbread, yes. Yes.
Really? I love
Yes, yes.
hot water cornbread.
Oh, honey,
Oh,
that's a thing for us every
okay.
year. We do that during Thanksgiving and Christmas. We have regular cornbread and then hot water cornbread.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Your desserts, guys, think about your desserts. And even as we talk about the sweet potato pies. Oh my goodness.
I know. I know.
You cannot have Thanksgiving without sweet potato
Without
pies.
sweet potato pie. My mother-in-law makes a sweet potato pie to die for. And it's funny how we don't eat, well, I most people, well, I don't eat pumpkin pie. I
Oh,
like
neither do I.
okay, I like sweet potato pie.
Look at that face.
I know, I saw your lips going. I
Sorry,
know,
guys.
I know. That's all you had
Sorry.
to say.
But I
Yeah,
do, you can have your pecan pie. Pecan pies are good with a little ice cream, or even without the ice cream.
yeah.
Peach pie, or peach or apple cobbler,
Yeah.
um, or the apple crisp banana
Yeah.
pudding.
Banana pudding. Yeah, yeah.
That's one of my favorites. I make that like my mom. So every year I will make a banana pudding. I make my banana pudding like my mom. And then
Okay.
another sister of mine, she makes hers um with the carnation milk, but she would still add like the pudding mix to it or whatever.
Okay.
But I don't do that. And it's still good.
Mhm.
But I do the like from scratch like my mom. I'm at the stove with the egg, the
Okay.
flour, the milk, everything, just stirring the thickening. I do it just like my mom, and I love it. Um,
Oh.
you want to make sure what type of drinks you have. You can have a drink station. I
Mhm.
like drink stations
Okay.
opposed to having single can drinks and things like that.
Mm.
Um, we have the fountains that have the sweet tea, the lemonade, and the water,
Okay.
right? So now, just in case you do want Coke, Sprites, or things like that, we offer like the really, really small cans for kids only, basically. Make
Okay.
kids a
Okay.
little water. But have your red or your white sparkling water or even wine, zero proof punch, eggnog. Mm. Some people eggnog be a bit too strong for me.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So you need to know that up front if they're going to
Yes,
be spiking it. Yeah.
yes, that is most definitely something that needs to be noted at front. And even
Yeah.
if you're a family that makes that holiday cocktail punch or whatever, if that is something that you do, then you most definitely need to let the people know that's coming what you got in
It's
there.
gonna be in there now. I know.
And keep the children away from there.
I know, because they'll be, oh, can I have some more punch?
Yes, yes. And then rule of thumb was servings per adult. What does that look like? What is it? How much are you giving? And then okay, so when you think about that, are you allowing each guest to serve themselves or you have servers? We have servers.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, we have servers, yes.
Okay, so that way you can control
We
it.
can control the portion. So make sure everyone gets some before we go to a second round. And then here again, even though we have multiple items of the same thing, but still because there's so many,
Yes. With
what
a
does that
group
look like?
that large, you would really have to have someone serving
You
because, yeah,
you have
like,
to.
I mean, people could be loading the plates up and getting two plates at one time. And
Exactly, exactly. And then you got the kids who want to make sure that you give them a small portion. You don't want to give them
yeah,
um a whole bunch. Oh, well, my child eats a lot. Well, you know what? They're gonna get a small portion right now. And if they finish that, they're more than welcome to come back and get something else. You got to control it.
yes,
You got to
absolutely.
control it because
Make,
I've been to gatherings, family gatherings where there was no control, portion control, and these kids just have food just sitting out everywhere, and then you end up trashing it. The same
mm.
with the liquids. Hence why we do the fountain so you can get a little in the cup. Yeah.
I love that because that right now we cannot afford to waste any food, none
Mhm.
whatsoever in anybody's household. I'm making that rule
Yeah.
right now.
No,
So
ma'am. That's right.
yeah, yeah.
I agree with that. We
Good.
got to be
That's
careful.
I know. So and you were like you were just talking about the servers. It
Hmm.
is super important for us to delegate
Hmm.
the work so that everything is not falling on the hostess. We want to make sure the hostess is usually, and you could have multiple, especially with the size
Yeah.
of your family, Val.
Yeah.
You guys could have multiple hostesses
And we
in
do.
one Thanksgiving gathering. But for me, I'm the hostess, and so I need to make sure to mingle and keep
Hmm.
people eating and talking and laughing and
Hmm.
dancing and having
Hmm.
a good time and pretty much being a timekeeper because I know that we need to let people get out of there so they can get on to their next, household that they're going to be
Right.
leaving going to. And then a sous chef. It's
Hmm.
good to have a sous chef so they can monitor the sides for refills if anybody needs something refilled, or if there's some spills, you can wipe it up, and you're not having to, people aren't calling me,
Hmm.
or the one host or whatever. And then an oven traffic cop. Now, this is one thing if you're going to be cooking while the people are there. My food is already ready when people come.
Right.
Oh, no, but the oven's not even on anymore. So,
We're done.
right, we're done cooking. And then a greeter. It's always good to have, if you're having a large gathering like yours,
Hmm.
Val, a greeter. When I'm the host, mine is so small, I'm the
Hmm.
greeter for everybody. I meet
Hmm.
everybody at the door.
Right.
But you
Hmm.
want someone still, it's always good to have someone who can take people's coats and
Hmm.
put them
Hmm.
in the room or the closet or wherever, and then get people's drinks, say, oh, here, come over to, if you don't have a station, usually you
Hmm.
have it set up on a bar because I usually do a buffet table. It's a long
Hmm.
buffet table,
Okay.
and there's a drink section on the table, and people can come and get their drinks or whatever. And you just want to make sure to lead them over there, and for the appetizers and things like that, so you can show them where those are located.
Right.
And you want to make sure you have your place settings. Somebody else can do this for you. You don't have to do this if you're the host, but a place setting, have that on there. Somebody can be responsible for that. And if you're lighting candles,
Mm-hmm.
they can light the candles. If anybody needs water refills, if you're putting those in cups and not doing bottles,
Mm-hmm.
then making sure people get refills as they need them, and then have just two main areas going. I have those two main areas that I have going at the same time. So
Yeah.
I had, like I said, I had that buffet table. So I'm just
Mm-hmm.
making sure people know where to go to find their things,
Exactly.
and they can see that. And then at the end, have a cleanup crew.
Yeah.
So just have dishes in waves, and it's a good thing to have the dishwasher emptied before people get there, so dishes can just go in there, because the
Mm-hmm.
two, actually 3 times I run my dishwasher a year are
Mm-hmm.
is on the 4th of July, on
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
And Christmas.
The
Mm-hmm.
only times I have big
Mm-hmm.
dinners like that. So
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
You got to have that structure, honey. We kind of have like it's already planned and everyone knows their station, everyone knows their position, and we're kind of like an assembly line.
Okay.
We're kind of like an assembly line, even for when dishes are complete, those what do you call those? Those aluminum pans or whatever to trash
Yes.
them.
Yes.
Girl, we have a specific trash can for that, trash
Okay.
bags, and so this person goes and gets rid of that stuff. Our huge dinnerware, the glasses, glassware, and all that type of stuff. So when it's something like the thick glassware, the roasting pans and things of that nature, we got
Yes.
someone that's washing those,
Okay.
drying them, and putting them away. Our plates and glasses, forks, and things like that, that's put in the dishwasher, just like you're saying. Let's get this one going. This dishwasher going to take 35, 40 minutes to get this done. By the time it's a next set, then we got that. It's just, and just keep it clean
Okay.
to keep it
Okay.
going. Because when you, like you said, when you have that many people, it could
Mm-hmm.
easily get overwhelming and get cluttered really quickly.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
you gotta, that cleanup crew, man. Woo.
Gotta have it, because that's critical.
Yes, even if someone spills something on the floor,
Yes.
kids, you got to have someone that's already, okay, well, I know what this damp mop is to get, we're going to spray this on here so it doesn't stain, doesn't stick. We got someone to do this. Someone spilled something on the table.
Mhm.
It just depends on where you are
And
because
that stuff is going to happen. It's,
yes,
it's
it's gonna happen.
going to spill
It's gonna
something.
happen. And
Children.
and then when we're inside the house, um we don't have tablecloths on our tables inside the house.
Hmm.
When we set up in the garage or on the outside area, and it's the outside area is sealed in with heaters if if it's cold or whatever. Now we have tablecloths on that, the disposable,
Okay.
but this in the
Right.
house.
Right.
So yeah, so we just got someone that can hurry and get this up when this happens or what have you. So
Hmm. Hmm.
so
Yep.
yeah, it's
Okay.
it's a lot, but it's so worth it, Cynthia. Don't you think it's worth it?
Oh, absolutely. It's a lot, but it's so worth it. And that's why it's so critical for us to do that calendar and
Mm-hmm.
time it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got to start it. You got to start planning. I would suggest start planning 4 to 6 weeks out.
Hmm.
So, we're having Thanksgiving in my niece's home this year at Warner Robins. So it's November now. She started asking us in July and August,
Okay.
what did you want to bring before she made her menu?
Oh, good. She was on
She,
top of
she
it.
was on top of it. She gave us that opportunity. Come September, she sent us a list of
Okay.
what was said and then what's needed.
Okay.
So we were
Okay.
already done. So one good thing is to lock your guest list and allergies within that time frame, within that 4 to 6 weeks. You know who's going to come, and then you have enough time to tweak it if someone says they're not going to come, and or oh, may I invite this person? You're not surprised. And
Yeah.
you want to make sure you have those lists because the who's coming because you don't want to not have enough. Number one, that's the main thing, main reason for planning like that. And then the allergies, because you don't want someone that's eating something that may be cooked with peanut oil and you didn't know that they were allergic to that. So you want to make sure that you have the allergies, what they can and cannot eat.
Hmm.
and like we go so far as telling you what we're preparing, what's in it, just in
Yeah.
case you don't eat what's in it, not because you're allergic, but just because you may not like it,
Right.
right?
Right.
So we'll have someone that may be cooking collard greens with just vegetables and seasoning, and then there may be collard greens with some form of meat or something. So, like
Hmm.
that. So choose your menu. Go ahead and order your turkey, especially a fresh turkey. Order
Hmm.
a fresh turkey and any specialty items that you're going to need. Make sure you go ahead and do that within that 4 to 6 week time.
Okay.
Sketch your seating for your kids. Near patient adults, honey, you can have a kids table, but there's going to have to be an adult there
Right.
with them at that table to make sure that they're okay. Here again, that's me.
Okay.
That's me for my family. I'm with the kids, and I
Okay.
make sure that my seniors are okay. Okay,
Okay.
make it easy for them. We feed just like normally. We make sure the elders and the kids get fed first. So make it easy for access for your elders, and make sure that the kids' seating is in a way that's conducive for them, where they have, because they're gonna be moving around. So don't
Hmm.
put them to a table where it's a tight squeeze. Give them
Exactly.
enough room to roam, to get up and to get down,
Yep.
have the area where they may spill some things. Now, this is where you may put something on the floor that will cover the floor. So that way, if it does, it catches it. So try to get all that panned out 4 to 6 weeks. And the one thing that I think is very important too, Cynthia, when we're speaking of the kids, is um, if you have a family member that has a newborn,
Mm.
you got to think about that family member and make sure that they have what they need so that they can go, if they need to go feed that child, make sure there may be an area where that child maybe can rest or something like that, because you don't want a fussy
Right.
individual during that time. So oftentimes consider that if you have a newborn that's coming
Mhm.
to Thanksgiving dinner.
And most of the time, after the newborn is fed, they're going to be rocked right to sleep, and they're going to need to go lay on the bed so they
Exactly.
can
Mhm.
nap. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to think about that and make sure that's in an area where you can still hear them, you know.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. And
Mm-hmm.
that brings back so many memories of when I
Mm.
had my little babies at Thanksgiving. And I would feed
Oh,
them, put them down on my mother's
girl.
and stuff like
Mm.
that. Yeah. But yeah, I know. So, but then also, and the funny thing is that I bought my turkey yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought it on November 1st.
Okay. Good. Okay. Good. You own it.
Yeah, it's in the freezer, but yeah, I'm on it. I wanted to go ahead and get it. And I didn't get a fresh one. I don't think I ever have gotten a fresh one, but I
Okay.
always, yeah, but it freezes. But anyway, so 2 weeks out, this is what we need to do. That
Mm-hmm.
when we're 2 weeks out from Thanksgiving, finalize the serving dishes and our utensils count.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're making sure we have everything we need for utensils and our serving dishes.
Mm-hmm.
Can buy the stable goods like the drinks. Go ahead and buy that. The foil. I've
Mm-hmm.
already bought the foil, and then the wrap, and then my to-go containers. So those are things you don't want to have to do at the last minute, because when you're running around at the last minute,
Mm.
those are the kind of things you'll forget.
You'll forget, and you'll be
Just
sending someone to the store on that day.
on the day, can you go to a convenience store and pay $1
Yes.
million if you can?
Yes. Can you bring this on your way? I
Mhm.
hate those phone calls. Mm-mm.
I know. But
I hate
yeah.
those calls. Now that's 2 weeks out. You're preparing yourself. That's a good thing. Now,
Mm-hmm.
the weekend before, now you got to think about what needs to be done inside the house. Okay.
Yes.
So you want to make sure that you deep clean your kitchen surfaces, your fridge, clear the counter space, because you're going to be needing the excess space. You're going to need that refrigerator. You know that you're going to make sure that oven has already been deep cleaned as well.
Yep.
Everything. Confirm your helpers. Who's helping you? Like I stated earlier, we have an assembly line. So
Mm-hmm.
confirm your helpers and what they are bringing. And if
Yep.
they change something, you have enough time. Okay, well, and then they may forget that they already signed up to bring this, right?
Right.
Oh, I'm supposed to bring potato salad. Oh,
Yep.
I'm supposed to bring mashed potatoes. They
Oh,
come with mashed potatoes and it's supposed to bring potato salad. So to avoid that, go ahead and confirm that you have the item, you're going to bring the item that you said that you were going to. And if you need to change it, you have enough time to
yeah.
assign it to someone else. So that weekend before would help you for all those oopsies that could happen on that day,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Absolutely.
So yes, I would say that weekend before, make sure that you go ahead and get everything deep clean and confirm with the people that are bringing the food items or non-perishable items. Um, Ice, because you know how that is. Sometimes the ice maker not gonna move fast enough.
I know. So it's always good to have that ice and backup plan.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Have that ice, honey. A couple of things I always see people always need: ice, aluminum foil, additional to-go plates. That seems like that's always the three that people always need, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get.
and when we get into the week of
Mhm.
Thanksgiving, so on Monday and Tuesday, so Monday through Tuesday, just go ahead, grocery run number two, you guys. Any
Mhm.
produce or dairy, that's when you
Mhm.
can safe to go ahead and get that because that's not going to be, in a spoil range at
Mhm.
that point. But produce and dairy, and then make any cranberry sauce you need to do, get that, make sure you have that. Pies, dough for the pies, things like that.
Mhm.
Cornbread for your stuffing because you want that day old cornbread for the stuffing now. So you need
Exactly.
that. And then any compound butter, brines or rubs for your
Mhm.
turkey. And see, I have to get that stuff because 2 days prior to Thanksgiving, that's when I'm thawing my turkey out. It's thawing
Yes.
out in the sink 2 days prior to Thanksgiving because it's
Mhm.
going to take 24 hours to get halfway thawed out. It's going to take
Right.
2 days to get all the way thawed out.
Yeah.
And then chop your aromatics, so your holy trilogy, your onions,
Mhm.
celery, and peppers, if you're using
Mhm.
those. And some people buy those already cut up at the store. But if you
Yeah.
don't, I chop my own. Go ahead and chop
Mhm.
that stuff up and put it in the refrigerator Monday.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, see,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like you, honey. I like to go ahead and get that stuff done.
No,
Right.
yeah.
So now on that Wednesday before, this is key. Once again, you want to keep everything structured so you're just not running all over the place and you want to be able to enjoy it. So go ahead and bake your pies. Go ahead and bake your pies, assemble your casseroles to be ready to bake. Go ahead and assemble, get everything that's in there that you're needing. So all you got to do is just stick it in the oven. Set the table. Iron your linens. You want it to be so crisp and nice and neat and just love. You want everything looking good when you walk into someone's home for a holiday or Thanksgiving and everything just perfectly placed. Oh, doesn't it just feel good?
Lights started in 16th century Germany.
Feel good. It sounds good. So you know everything's going to taste good. So label your serving dishes with sticky notes. Label those serving dishes so no one will have to, oh, well, what is this? What is this? What is this? And you don't have time as the host to be running around telling everybody what's on the counters. So go ahead and label your serving dishes with sticky notes. And then also go ahead and chill your drinks.
Mm-hmm.
You make the drinks, and as we just talked about, go ahead and buy that ice. If you have no ice maker, even if you have an ice maker, because you know it doesn't make out as fast as you may need it. So go ahead and chill those drinks because everyone loves a nice, cool drink.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Go ahead and chill that. And then I'm going to go a step further for those families that have alcoholic beverages and or mixed drinks. Go ahead and get that made. Get your mixture together. Get your whatever type of beers that you like. Go ahead and have them chilled in the refrigerator. Your wine, go ahead and have them chilled so that way when you take that wine out and you place them in your alcoholic beverage area, that wine is already chilled. Go ahead and do that on that Wednesday. And that makes
Exactly.
it so easy.
Yes.
Running around trying to do so much on the day of,
Yes, I
you
know. And when
know?
you wait till that last day, that's stress on you too.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
you got that and it's like, oh my God. But yeah, when you said something, it triggered my my Google thing and it was answered. question. Like history said. I don't know what that was. But anyway, so
Google
on
knows my voice.
I know. On Thursday, the actual day of.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what you need to do starting at 8 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Take the turkey out of the fridge
Mm-hmm.
and preheat for later. Now, and this is unless you cook it the night before. I know some
Right.
people cook their turkeys the night before and cook it overnight. And then some get up and start their turkey in the morning. And then at
Mm-hmm.
9 a.m., roasting starts, basting the turkey according to its weight. And then at noon, the app platters are set, and go ahead and set those sides and come to room temperature because you've
Mm-hmm.
got all those platters and everything is cooling off now. You've done all your casseroles and things like that. At 1 o'clock, your guests are starting to arrive, and you're right on schedule. Everybody can be served a drink and some snacks, some hors
Mm-hmm.
d'oeuvres. And then at 2:30, you have oven wave number two. And this is if you're still cooking. Making dressing, sweet potatoes, yams, mac and cheese. Those are the things that are normally cooked the day of.
Mm-hmm.
So you would still be cooking those things if you're still cooking at that
Right.
time. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, mine's already ready by the time they get there
Mm-hmm.
3. And then at that point, your turkey wants to rest. You need for
Mm-hmm.
your turkey to rest about 30 to 45 minutes. And then you can make your gravy while the turkey's resting.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you made it
Mm-hmm.
that morning, that could be something you made that morning. And then at 4:30, and we're just giving this as an example time, 4:30, your dinner is being served. Everyone's there getting their plates, getting their food, everyone's eating. And then at 6 p.m., you might have dessert and coffee time for after dinner. And or this could be wine and drinks, after dinner drinks. And then at 7 o'clock, leftovers are packed and sent off in the to-go trays with the
Mm-hmm.
guests.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that, strategically done.
Doesn't that sound wonderful? So
Yes,
plain
a great flow. I love it. Easy
Oh,
going. And
yeah.
what makes that flow happen is the table and the flow. Make it feel intentional.
Yes.
Make it feel intentional. The zoning, just like you talked about earlier, when you come in, your coat drop off. That's going to be the first place that you go to. All right, come on over here. Let's have a drink. Let's have a cocktail. Let's go over to your beverage station. And
Mhm.
then let's go ahead and come over here. You're here early. We're here during this time. It's cocktail hour, appetizers, away from the kitchen. So you don't have anything blocking. Look, I'm pointing over here at my kitchen. So you
Mhm. I see. Yes.
to keep them away from the kitchen so that doesn't distract or disturb what you're doing. So your appetizers are away from the kitchen. Then you have an area for the kids, a great little kids corner, a little crafting area, a little game area. And then as we spoke about that newborn baby or just a small child, a little quiet room for naps. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this when you have everything zoned out perfectly, right?
Mhm.
Um, your table, have them in layers, neutral colors. Doesn't that look good? The
Mhm.
neutral colors bring in um great energy. It just look clean and nice and hey, it looks really good. One with with a pop of color, whatever that color may be. It's fall time, so maybe a rustic orange or something like that. Have your napkins or your runner on the table. Real candles, guys. Oh, it gives it that ambiance.
Oh,
Can you
yes.
just can you just think about it? Have your real candles and then even I like to have my real glasses out. I have my real, I
Mhm.
love that.
Mhm.
Lots of decor, lots of autumn evening
Yeah.
decor, name cards. If you have the name cards on the table now, that can reduce the chaos.
Absolutely.
But think about like what you're doing for a wedding.
Especially with a group your size.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. And I
Mm-hmm.
used to do that with just my sons and myself. I used to love the names.
Girl, that name card thing will most definitely help. Now, I will tell you this, we have experience where we have areas where people are sitting and
Uh-huh.
this particular person or people are not with this table, then the chairs are moved to this table or the table is pushed over here. And it's like, oh my goodness. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that does happen, but when that does happen, hey, guess what? Just ease on with the flow. Just keep
Yeah,
it going.
absolutely.
Just keep it
No,
going.
no
Your
stress.
music, guys. Now, this is a big thing for us. Play your mellow soul jazz music when people are coming in when you first get in there and when you're eating, because when you're at rest and you're
Yeah.
feeling good and you're just like it says peace and enjoyment,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
Instrumentals at talkable volume. You don't want it over blaring over conversate over encompassing you where you can't hear each other and you got to
Right.
yell and scream, and you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't have to do that. So have your music at a nice pace, nice ease, mellow music. Now, you guys are like us when you get done with all that and you're getting ready to karaoke. Make sure everything is already out the way. Have your space in your area for that, because
Mhm.
you still have some people that just like to sit
Right.
and chillax. So let them have that. So you got your separate areas for that. But for the
Mhm.
most part, have your mellow music while people are showing up and while you're sitting down eating and enjoying each other, having that great conversation. You don't want to miss what's being told. You don't want to miss those resources they're going to be sharing with you.
Right. And
You know?
it's a good feel good tone.
Mhm.
You're having
Mhm.
conversation with someone sitting there over a drink or coffee or whatever and just chilling and having a great conversation with
Mhm.
that music in the background. I love
Mhm.
it. Love that.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, okay, so and thinking about the activities that because you're talking about doing the different games and things like that, this is one thing that this is an idea that I thought of that I'm doing this year.
Hmm.
Yeah, when the guests arrive, I'm giving everyone a note card. And it's going to be their job while they're there to write one handwritten thank you. It could just be thank you for someone who's in the room at the celebration.
I
And
like it.
you're going to read it during dessert time.
Oh, I like that.
And gonna say this is my example. I'm saying I'm writing a thank you to Val, and then you're in the room, and then they'll read why they want to say a thank you.
Oh
Isn't
my goodness,
that nice?
yes.
I know. I
I
like that.
love that
I'm
idea.
gonna try that this year. But those kind of gratitudes unclosed are awesome to do with the group like that. And
Hmm.
then those low lift games, like you were just talking about, you said
Yes,
karaoke, but you can
yes,
even do something like two truths and a memory. You know,
yes.
two truths in a dare, but two truths and a memory. And then kids can have little scavenger hunts and do things like that, little fun games like that. And I
Hmm.
even have some of those cards, conversation cards, how
Oh,
you can buy those and just ask a
yes.
question. You can give someone a question and they have to ask it to someone in the room. They can choose a person to ask the question, just fun.
Hmm.
But then at the end of the night, y'all, before everyone leaves, someone has to be responsible for the photo moment because everybody needs to be in a group photo showing, the people who were there because you always want to be, you never know, someone may not be there next year and you
Oh,
want
Jesus, that's the
to
truth.
have that person on that picture on
Hmm.
every person
Hmm.
here. So
Now
someone
I like
responsible.
that. I
Mm-hmm.
like that. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I like that two truth and the memory. I love that. Haven't thought about that game. That is something really good. And that's good because of the statement that you just made.
Yes.
Somebody may not be there the next year.
Exactly,
Share,
exactly.
share that. Share that. I love that. Oh yeah, we're going to incorporate that. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I
Mhm.
know. Those are good ideas.
Mhm. Yes, ma'am. And then like the pictures. And sometimes it's you get so busy with eating and talking and whatever, then you actually forgetting about taking pictures, but try to remember that.
Absolutely.
Um, and I know that they have different apps sometimes where everyone can just share their pictures on this link or what have you. So maybe that's something to look into as well so that everyone can get all the photos at one time.
Right, because yeah, absolutely. That's the same. That's yeah, so they can get it simultaneously.
Yeah.
But we need to make sure to get that picture before people start leaving. So there
Hmm.
needs to be a designated person in
Hmm.
charge of photography, taking the
Hmm.
photo. so they can be alerted and know to notice when people are getting ready to leave because they may have other obligations. And so, but say, hey, let's go ahead, y'all, and take the photo because so and so has to leave now.
That's
So,
true. That's true. Trying to get them all together. That is true. And then also, Cynthia, I want to go back to, because we've been talking about the allergies and things that nature. And we're not beating the horse, but it's just very important because you don't want anything to ruin your Thanksgiving. So the dietary and preferences matrix. So you want to make sure you get that completed once, one time, no do-over, just get it done. Create a simple list. Name of the person, the allergy, their preference, and
mm-hmm.
safe dishes. So you
Yeah.
want to make sure that you have that because we don't, and we keep talking about because we don't want anything to ruin our special day. We want to create good memories, not anything that's going to be like, man, I remember this happened. Man, no, we can't have this, we can't have that. So if we already nip it in the bud beforehand, then we don't have to go through that. Right. So also mark your serving spoons to avoid cross-contamination. That is so true. Now I have seen people.
Mm-hmm. Me
I have
too.
seen people, you have people who do not eat pork, and they may have seasoned something with pork and then put that same serving spoon into something that has the seasoned with turkey. You've touched it now.
Mm-hmm.
So label those
Yeah.
serving spoons. That's so important. Y'all may think it's something you may not even thought about it,
Right. Yeah.
but that's why we're putting it out there. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Make sure that you label those serving spoons. Have a hearty vegetable main dish. So non-meat. So those non-meat eaters, they will feel seen. So have several things. In my family, we have okay, now in my family, we have, I think there are like 7 vegans that come every year.
Okay.
But a lot of times whatever they prepare, they bring.
Okay.
And one of my sisters, she does pretty good at preparing some of the dishes. And then we have maybe 12, 14 vegetarians. So
Okay.
again, when they're preparing things that they eat. So, but we
Mhm.
also make it known for everyone. So we want to make sure that everyone is accommodated. So when you have those individuals, make sure that you are accommodating to them. Make sure you have those vegetables that are non-meat. Make sure you have that food that's non-dairy if you're vegan. So that's the whole purpose of finding out who's coming and what they're bringing and what you can provide for them. Okay. So let's just stand abreast of it so that we don't have any oopsies and we have all woozy, no
Yes. Yes.
oopsies, but woozies. Okay.
Like you said, everybody feels seen at that point. That's awesome. And then
Exactly.
we're talking about we're talking about being nimble and stretching our money as far as we can
Mhm.
go. Budget. Do the quick math, y'all. Do the math for
Mhm.
your food. Budget for adults, depending on your menu now,
Mhm. Mhm.
$18 to $30 for adults.
Mhm.
And then for your drinks, budget $6 to $12 for adults. And you can
Right.
buy your drinks by the case. That's the most beneficial thing to do. And then
Uh-huh.
decor and your consumables, budget $25 to $75. And then you can do extra on these, but just these are good numbers to use as a basis. And
Right.
then ask your guest. Here's a trick. Ask your guest, and I know you guys do this, Val, to bring
Mhm.
a side dish, a
Mhm.
dessert. If they want a specific dessert, like I'm making a peach cobbler and ice cream, but somebody else may want something else. And so they're welcome to bring their own dessert. So I'm asking guests if they have a certain dessert other than peach cobbler and vanilla ice cream, then
Mhm.
bring it yourself. Feel free to bring it
Mhm.
yourself. If they want a main type of gravy or something or a side dish that is not on the menu, then they can bring that themselves. Also, with your wine and liquor, depending on the preferences, if you have what you're serving,
Yep.
I have bought this certain wine that I'm serving. And so if someone wanted a liquor or a wine that's other than that,
Mhm.
feel free to bring it yourself. BYOB, honey. So
That's look, I like that. Bring what you want, so that
mhm,
way you'll have it. Um,
yeah.
and that makes it easier for the host too. You're not so trying to figure out, okay, because that's something different because everybody don't drink the same
No,
thing. So,
exactly.
and you can't accommodate and please everyone when we're being nimble. So,
Absolutely.
so we can't overspend during these holidays that are coming up. So, we got to make sure that we know that. So also you want to think about oven choreography. So we don't want to have any meltdowns. So no meltdowns. So prioritize by heat and hold. High heat early, like your turkey. Go ahead and switch that turkey to 350 degrees Fahrenheit to keep it heated, right? It's not going to dry it out.
Mhm.
And no one wants a cold turkey, right? So you
Right.
keep that heated. Anything that can be baked and then just put it to the side or held in the cooler, you can line it with towels. That will still keep it hot. You can get it bumped up to use it earlier, but
Mhm.
if you have it cooled off and you have it under with those towels, it's still going to keep that food hot.
Okay.
Right. You can also use the microwave and stovetop for last minute reheating. Like your
Hmm.
mashed potatoes love a with a covered top, a gentle stovetop warming. That's fine. Now I don't know about if you guys have done this. Now I put things in the air fryer to reheat sometimes as well. So that may
Okay.
be an option to
Oh,
put
that's a
some
good
items
idea.
in your air fryer. Yes. Yeah, so that's something to consider too. So you just want to make sure that you keep your things preheated. All right, what needs to be warmed and heated, make sure it's done that way. What needs to be cool, make sure it's done that way. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I'm
Sounds good.
sorry, y'all. I'm looking all over the place. I got my grandkids, child. They got quiet for a second. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah,
That's why y'all see me moving and looking. I'm like,
I
what
know.
are you doing? So
No,
sorry about that, but yes,
don't worry. Worries. It's family time, honey. But
girl.
I know. So looking at the cleanup, when we talked about cleanup a little bit earlier too,
Mm-hmm.
guys. So like I said, start with an empty dishwasher because that makes it easy to do as far as going forward with the dishes if you're using actual real dishes. And then you
Mm-hmm.
can have a recycle bin or bag. You can have a
Mm-hmm.
trash bag and you can have a compost bag, which is your food waste because you're going to
Mm-hmm.
have some food on the plates that people aren't going to eat the whole, they're not going to clean the plate. So they're going to have some food to scrape into the trash. So you can put that in one bag. You can have trash in one bag
Mm-hmm.
and recycling in another bag. Another thing is good to do is wash in waves. I always wash as I cook. I
Mm-hmm.
wash my dishes as I cook, but you can also have someone designated to wash after appetizers
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or load the dishwasher with those items after the appetizers, and
Mm-hmm.
then the dinner plates after dinner, and then the dessert plates and dishes after the dessert. And that eliminates having to do all of that at one time. Now, I do something totally different because I don't use real plates. I really
Mm-hmm.
don't. I use those good quality, like China plates. And
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes,
so
yes.
I do those. And so I don't have to put anything in the dishwasher except for my casserole dishes and things like
Right.
that. But
Okay. And those are really, yeah, and you got to use the really good sturdy plates,
oh
something
my
like that.
gosh,
So
you do not want like on that commercial when that poor little girl has cooked that. You know what I'm talking about. Isn't it terrible? But you
someone
know,
stealing my
everybody
food.
has done that before. And so I have learned to only use those heavy duty China plates, the good
That's
quality.
right. And they are really good. I do like those.
Oh,
I got to say
yeah.
that. Yes, ma'am.
I know. And then have those to go containers ready for the leftovers.
Mm-hmm.
I love packing those to go containers because that lets you know that they love the food and they actually want to take some with them.
Take some home with them, honey.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Now let me just ask you this. How, okay, so you have food that's left over.
Uh-huh.
What's too many days to eat leftovers after Thanksgiving is over? What's too many days?
I'd say after 2 or 3.
Okay. I say after 2 days. Now, when it comes to sweet potato pie, if you have a lot of those, I can still eat that the following week.
Yeah, we
But if
uh-huh.
it's other food, I'll say
Yeah.
like 2 days for me.
I've heard people talk about still eating food a week later. I'm like, child, you need to dish that food. That's Thanksgiving food.
Now, what you can do is freeze it if you need to freeze it
Yes,
and eat it later. Now, I've
absolutely.
frozen dressing before,
Mhm.
collard greens before, and had it later on or what have you. I've frozen, I've done like that. But and as far as the ham, I've cut it into slices and make ham sandwiches or something like that. But no, I'm not going to be eating it the next week.
Right. And the turkey I usually will make if I don't usually have a lot of turkey left over
Mm.
anymore because
Okay.
we do fried turkey now. But I used to keep the turkey and make the next day I would make turkey pot pie and turkey
Mm-hmm.
soup and turkey sandwiches, turkey salad, and make
Mm-hmm.
and make turkey sandwiches.
Okay.
Of course, those are good with a good tomato and some lettuce. Oh, goodness, man. Anywho, I
You're
know.
making me so hungry. I'm like
I know.
starving
I
right
know.
now. My stomach is like, oh, oh
Hmm.
my God. Well, let me tell you, well, something I do want to touch on because it's holiday time and sometimes things can get a little emotional. We call it emotional weather because of family, you know. So let's talk about it may be a good suggestion to pre-agree on no-go topics with your co-host. Certain things that may bring the atmosphere down, bring your emotions. Um, Sometimes you can't avoid but do the reminiscing, but sometimes you just want to make sure, oh, well, let's make sure we don't talk about this. Let's make sure we don't do these things. Because here again, you want to create the memories and then you want to remember, but you also want to be in a good place, right?
Right. You know what, Val?
Hmm.
Right now, I guess it's good to know the room because
Hmm.
some political conversations may not need to be had in some families
That is,
right now.
that's true.
Yeah.
That
So.
is true. That is true. Some things you just can't discuss, and you gotta know, read the room, sisters and brothers, read the
Yeah.
room to
Hmm.
make sure that those type of tensions and things don't flare up. So yeah, and if you mistakenly
Hmm.
have conversation that's not wanted, then
Right.
just go ahead and shift from
Bag
it. It's okay.
out. Yeah.
Just shift. It's okay. It's okay to back down for a second. Hey, it's a holiday. It's family and friends. So if tension spike, redirect to a task.
Hmm.
Um, can you help slice pie? Can you help me do this? Do some delegating. Can you go run and get that for me? I've
Hmm.
already checked on the kids, but can you make sure they have this?
Yeah.
Delegate, just change it just a little bit. Okay. All
Hmm.
right. So make space for grief though. Make space for grief and joy to coexist. Now we're not saying that you can't have those memories, but you just want to make that space for that. One
Hmm.
candle for those we miss, a toast or what we're or what for what we're building. Like I said to you guys earlier, we mimic the individuals that are not there with us. We do it in a way where it's funny, it's comical, so that we don't get sad. Um, Certain things that my mom would say, or certain things that my dad would say, or emotion, or look, or walk, or any little thing. Because like I said, we're a musical family. We like to sing and do karaoke. So some of the things that we do, we may do something that my dad did when he was in church. And then
Hmm.
everyone laughs. So it's a way that you can do it to make it work and where you can remember those family members. So having a candle, lighting a candle for those loved ones is great. Um, One thing that we also do, Cynthia, once we go around the room to tell each other what we're thankful for, we do that, and then we also we talk about um the love and the rules our parents instilled in us and how we still look at that today. We do that and we do it for our children and our grandchildren and great grandchildren so they'll know how it just keeps trickling down and why it's so important, why the Mason name is important. who we are,
Wow.
what we stand for. So that's a great name. So we want to uphold that name as much as we can. So we do things like that.
Oh, I love that, Val. That is beautiful, girl.
Yes,
That is
ma'am.
amazing. And you know what? You just made me think about something. I have never done this before, but I'm going to do this year. I'm going to light a candle for my husband.
Do it.
My in-laws are there.
Oh,
My sons are there. All his nephews are there. And it's like I'm gonna for Kelvin who's not here with us. I have never done that.
you should do that. That's a tradition that you guys are starting now. Not only are you carrying and holding on to old traditions, you're creating your own that can keep going.
And my sons can keep that going with their families.
Exactly. That's
Oh
how
my,
you do it. That's how
yeah.
you do it. I just want to add this really quickly for Christmas. This is just, and we haven't gotten to Christmas yet, but I just want to tell you this.
Mhm.
We come from a very religious family,
Mhm.
and we on our Christmas trees, and if we all together from everybody's at their own house, we have scriptures on our trees.
Okay.
So however many people is in that household will bring a scripture to
Oh,
whatever house we're going to. Now
okay.
we're reading. Yeah, I know we get ready to go. So we everyone brings a scripture. So then throughout that evening, we all have our scripture. So not
Okay.
only does it get the young adults and kids to know about the Bible to start reading them, but they're questioning, they're asking questions.
Oh, that's
So
beautiful.
now we're helping each other out to even to know parts of the Bible and to understand it. Like, okay, why do you pray for this? And what does this mean? What is your favorite scripture? And why is your, all that type thing. So it's something that we love doing and keeps going. So that's a tradition that we've created to keep
Okay.
going and to pass down from child to child, from child to
Oh,
child.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is
So
awesome.
creating your own traditions.
Yes, yes, it
Yes,
is.
ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So, and the last thing we're going to talk about is keeping the list.
Mm,
So,
mm.
grocery staples that you'll forget if you don't list them, the things like the butter, the foil, the wrap, all that kind of stuff we were talking about, ice and stuff like that, some of your seasoning still. And then also your tool check, you guys, roasting pans, racks, thermometer, carving knife, keep these on a list. Make sure you have these things and you're not looking around, scrounging
Mhm.
around at the last minute. Leftover plan, make sure you have those quart containers, the to-go trays, and anything that you need for like saran, I mean, what do they call the plastic bags with the
Yeah.
seal and stuff like that,
With
that
the
you're going to want
Ziploc bags.
Ziploc bags that you're
Mhm.
gonna want to freeze things away. So yeah, so that's it, guys. Those are the
Mhm.
tips and the tricks we have for you, so you can make your Thanksgiving the most strategic,
Yes.
organized, and
Mhm.
beautiful day that it could possibly be.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. Thanks for stopping by, you guys, for this conversation.
Yes.
Coffee cups up. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And we wish everyone a happy holiday season now that we're into it. And I hope everybody turned their clocks back last night. And we
Mhm.
are into
Yes.
standard time and going well, heading toward Thanksgiving. Okay, y'all?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Be
Now you have
blessed.
a word for us.
I just want everyone to just be blessed. Love on yourself, love on your family and friends. It's the time to just sit back and just know, hey, we got to love each other.
That's it. That's
We
it.
don't
And
have
you
to
have
make it hard. We don't have to make it hard.
to. Okay, thanks so much, guys. Have a great day. Bye.